The air in Valhalla was thick with the scent of ozone and ancient steel. Dracula, no longer just a vampire, but something more, something celestial and terrifying, stepped through the shimmering portal. Before him stood a figure wreathed in golden light, its form that of a colossal warrior, armor gleaming like the heart of a dying star. This was Heimdall, guardian of the Bifrost, and his eyes, ancient and wise, held no welcome. "You do not belong here, Shadow," Heimdall's voice boomed, a sound like mountains grinding together. He raised Horn, but not to sound it. The golden horn elongated, transforming into a massive, radiant spear. "The halls of the honored dead are closed to your kind." Dracula smiled, a chilling sight. His fangs, now edged with a dark, cosmic energy, glinted. "The dead are my subjects," he hissed, his voice a sibilant whisper that seemed to drain the light from the air. "And their halls are my new throne room." He didn't wait for a reply. He moved, a blur of shadow and starlight, faster than any Valkyrie's steed. Heimdall was no slow-witted giant. He met the charge with a sweep of his spear, a crescent of golden energy cleaving the air where Dracula had been. But the vampire lord was already behind him, his claws, now looking like obsidian talons, raking across the guardian's backplate. The divine metal screamed and sparked, but held. Heimdall roared, spinning, his spear a whirlwind of light. Dracula weaved through the attacks, a dancer in a storm of mortal-ending blows. He could feel the power of this place, the raw energy of countless warrior souls, and it fed him. Each parry, each dodge, he drew more of it into himself. His skin, once pale, now shimmered with a faint, captured starlight. "Your strength is of this realm," Dracula taunted, his hand catching the shaft of Heimdall's spear. A shock wave erupted, cracking the crystalline ground. "Mine is born of eternal night, and now so much more." He twisted, and with a sound of screeching, divine metal, the spear was wrenched from the guardian's grasp. Heimdall stared in disbelief. Dracula didn't hesitate. He drove the butt of the golden spear into Heimdall's chest, the impact sending the guardian staggering back. Before Heimdall could recover, Dracula was upon him, his fangs sinking into the god's neck. It wasn't blood he drank, but pure, divine essence. A blinding light erupted from the wound as Heimdall screamed, his form flickering. Heimdall fell to one knee, his light dimming. "This is not possible," he gasped. "The old possibilities died with the old world," Dracula replied, withdrawing. He tossed the spear aside. It was powerful, but it was not his. He looked down at the fallen guardian, whose form was now fading, dissolving into motes of golden dust. He watched as Heimdall's greatsword and gilded shield clattered to the ground, their owner gone. Dracula reached down, his fingers tracing the runes on the sword. He felt its power, its history. He hefted it, finding the balance perfect. He then strapped the shield, a masterpiece of Asgardian craft, to his arm. They felt right. They felt like his. Clad in his own darkness, but now armed with the light of a fallen god. He turned his gaze towards the heart of the realm. One guardian was down, but his true target awaited. He could feel her presence, a warmth and life that was anathema to everything he was. Freya, the goddess of love, beauty, and war. He smiled again, a predator's grin. This was not an invasion, it was a coronation, and his next jewel would be the soul of a goddess. He began to walk, his new sword scraping against the crystal floor, the sound a promise of the war to come. He was a dark god in the Hall of Heroes, and the slaughter had only just begun. Thank you for joining us for another tale from the Dark Dossier. If you enjoyed this descent into darkness, be sure to strike that like button and subscribe for more. We have many more grim stories waiting to be unearthed. Until next time, stay vigilant.